What up? What up? It's Frank live. Everything black. We're back. Tonight's show is called "When They Come for Successful Black Men." Um, I want to share this with y'all. I don't know if y'all heard about it. It's the turkey leg hut thing again. The owner Lynn has got indicted for a fire that happened in 2020 to a building there called 5015 or something like that. Anyway, y'all gonna get the logistics. I'm gonna show the hold on a minute. Okay, here we go. Let me turn my music down now, so we can get the full detail. All right, here we go.
Five, I should say, was in court.
And the suspect is the former owner of the popular restaurant, the Turkey Leg Hut. ABC 13's Micah Hatfield was in the courtroom. She's joining us now live this afternoon.
Well, the indictment lists the accusations against two different individuals. It lists the who, what, when, where, and it was read during court today. Lindell Price was one of two men standing before a federal judge today when that was read, and he was very expressive as those accusations against him were read. Facial expressions is what I mean. I can't guess what he was thinking, but you could tell he had a lot on his mind as that was read. What he's accused of was a big story back in June of 2020. Alameda Corridor at the time, it was early, 4 a.m, and literally rocked the Alameda Corridor. Windows were blown out of homes in the Museum Park area because of this fire. Right after police released very clear surveillance video from the front porch of the bar 5015, it showed the people involved's faces well, but no one was ever arrested. The indictment filed today lists two individuals, including Price, and accused Price of arranging this fire at bar 5015 just down the street from the Turkey Leg Hut, the restaurant that he co-owned with his wife at the time. It says Price paid other individuals to set that fire and that they called him after it was done. The indictment also accuses Price of coordinating a fire to a 1975 Chevy Nova 2 months prior to the fire at bar 5015. And Price and that other individual, the other individual is one of the people who prosecutors allege actually set the fire. But those two appeared before a judge today, like I said. The other man was released on bond and should be walking out of here at any point. Price was held without bond. Prosecutors say they consider him to possibly be a danger to the community. His bond will be revisited on Thursday at 10 a.m. to determine if he'll be released ahead of trial in this case. Live in downtown Houston, Micah Hatfield, ABC 13 Eyewitness News.
Okay. Let's stop that. Let me get that stop sharing screen. Okay, we're going to check out this other one over here. Y'all heard what they had to say. We're going to go back through it, though. We're going to go back and touch on it. See if this okay, this is a guy from down there in Houston. He's not from Houston, but his show pretty much shows there. He got a podcast on YouTube called Boss Talk. I want y'all to listen to what he had to say. Now he's from there, or he, got a lot of connections there. So allegedly, so let's listen to what he got to say about it. Let me bag it up here.
What he's accused of was a big story back in June of 2020. It rocked the Alameda Corridor at the time. It was early, 4 a.m, and literally rocked the Alameda Corridor. Windows were blown out of homes in the Museum Park area because of this fire. Right after police released very clear surveillance video from the front porch of the bar 5015. It showed the people involved's faces well, but no one was ever arrested. The indictment filed today lists 2 individuals, including Price, and accused Price of arranging what he's accused of was a big story back in June of 2020. It rocked the Alameda corridor at the time. It was early, 4 a.m, and literally rocked the Alameda corridor. Windows were blown out of homes in the Museum Park area because of this fire.
Now, y'all, I want y'all to notice how this black man is listening to this lady talk, and he is already seem like he's agreeing with her. And I know this guy has interviewed Lynn and been around Lynn. I believe he have. If I'm mistaken, forgive me for not knowing that he has. But what this lady is alleging and then what he and this other guy is alleging is not true, y'all. Jason Black did a show on Lynn a while back. He gonna say that Lynn's wife is a lawyer. Lynn's wife is not a lawyer. Anyway, I'm gonna let it go and play. Then I'm gonna say what's true. Okay, we gonna hear what's wrong and what's not true, and then I'm gonna break it down to y'all and tell y'all what's true.
Right after police released very clear surveillance video from the front porch of the bar 5015, is
this your brand, nigga? Let's go.
Yeah. The community. His bond will be revisited on Thursday at 10 a.m. to determine if he'll be released ahead of trial in this case. Live in downtown Houston, Micah Hatfield, ABC 13.
Now, I want y'all to notice how he is acting like he don't know this guy. And he listening to the news and already agreeing with them. He already know that they are making this shit up. The story is saying that he paid 2 guys $1,400 to burn down this commercial building. Think about that. $1,400. This whole thing is about $1,400, a commercial building being burnt down because the guy didn't want to sell him the turkey leg hut. So they are saying that he burnt the place down. Now, if y'all done seen Lynn in videos or interviews, Lynn is a very intelligent black man. He knows what to do. He knows his business. Now, when this guy bring up about bankruptcy, that was his wife in that bankruptcy situation. That wasn't Lynn. Lynn had already sold her or gave her the company. He started a company called the Oyster Place, right? And they gonna big up this 50-15 spot, which I don't know if Lynn owned that spot, but they seem to be big up in this spot now. Anything to, like I say, come after the brother. The brother is very smart, very business minded, and a lot of people don't like that. So he gonna listen to Lynn talk. Lynn is on this show talking, and he gonna say that Lynn was willing to go. He using the point that Lynn was willing to go to jail for his brand. When you say that don't mean you trying to blow up something to go, stand behind your brand. You know what I'm saying? But this black dude is gonna say that that's what he's trying to do. That's what he said. Watch her.
Witness News.
Trend, came on with a plot. This is what I do. So now for it to be like this is like, that's what I was telling him about the oysters. Nigga, is this your brand, nigga? Let's go.
Let me ask Lynn this. Lynn, how do you deal with like controversy and shit that's being said about you that it's not true? Like, how do you deal with this?
It's normality now. I always say you can't take this shit to the bank.
Yeah.
You can't try putting feelings in your goddamn gas tank and see what happens. You got mortgage, not rent. I don't give a fuck what you say.
Facts.
I know I go home very comfortable. Very, very comfortable. My children still comfortable. My family's still comfortable. You know what I'm saying? And half of the people ain't got a pot to be sitting in the window throwing. You know what I'm saying? I'm tongue wrestling with some motherfuckers that's living with their mama.
You definitely
they using mama Wi-Fi.
People. You do engage back with people, and I always get a good laugh because you willing to go where other people won't go online.
This is my brand. You have to understand it. You know, I always say I'm gonna die behind my brand.
So you see right now, this guy is taking something, a snippet. This is how they sell a lie. He's taking a snippet of what that man just said and gonna try to use that to convict him with. Then he gonna kind of like big up his wife. His wife ran the business into the ground. His wife is not a lawyer. She was the secretary or whatever to the company. She was a paralegal type. You know what I mean? She was full of scams. You know what I'm saying? When he met the woman, she was scamming, telling everybody it was her birthday and collecting dollars off of them. You know what I'm saying? So that's how scandalous she is. And y'all can watch. Go to Jason Black show. He did a whole show about Lynn and the bankruptcy situation called The Business. Go to that show. You'll get all the detail. He even go through the court documents and stuff like that. I'm gonna get where I can get that stuff, y'all, so we can break it down. But this guy here is already selling this man down the drain. You see, that's why if you're a celebrity or something, or you're a successful person, be careful of what podcast you go on, because these same niggas podcasts you go on will turn around and sell you out down the drain. He know those white people coming out to him because he's a very business-minded man. He's very successful. And they coming out, and then you got the jealous brothers mad at him. Hating on. You can tell the way this dude, let's listen to how he talk. You can tell when you got a hater, the way somebody talk about you.
My brand is what he said. Lynn is basically right now facing going to jail behind his brand. Here in Houston, Texas, which I'm not in Houston, Texas, but I'm not far from it. Down here in Texas, Lynn is cutting up when it comes down. Allegedly, they have him dead to the left, they think, but they was in court today, as she just expressed. But I found this old clip of Lynn, of what Lynn was pretty much saying, hey, man, I will go to jail for my brand. And they are accusing him of something that could put him in jail for a long time. OG, what's going on, man?
Hey, you say officials say a 42-year-old Price and Armani Williams, 27, and John Lee Price, 39, appeared before the magistrate. And Lynn did not was Price and others conspired to set fire to Houston's bar 5015. The bar's owner, Steve Rogers, was former co-owner of Turkey Leg Hut and Price former business partner.
See, right now, these guys are selling the story that the news media is selling. The news media and the cops and all these people, the government, all these people work together to discredit somebody. They know that this man is a very top-notch business guy. He knows business. He knows what to do. He knows how to handle the business. He knows how to grow it. He knows how to build it. He knows how to start it. If you ever listen to him in an interview, he knows what the hell he's doing. And these brothers are selling this man out. Talking about, he said he would go to jail for his brand. Now his brand, come on, man. You see what I'm saying? You gotta be careful. These guys gotta be careful what podcasts they go on talking that shit, because the feds recording all this, and then you got some bullshit dudes like him talking bad about the brother, and it's all alleged. It's all alleged. Give me 1 second, y'all. But it's all alleged. So let me let y'all hear some more, and while I take care of this phone call here.
Charging documents allege that on June 12, 2020, Price, owner of the Oyster Hut on Emancipation Avenue, recruited a group of people, including Williams and John, to pour gasoline on the entrance ramp before igniting the fire. Building eventually exploded, leaving it ruined. It says here that, and it's not the first instance Price had run-ins with the law enforcement at Blooming Stapleton Turkey Leg was in a legal battle, and Price was.
Oh,
for another guy that he's so competitive that allegedly he blows up, and he even like here on this clip I showed, he said he's willing to go to jail for grand, and I don't feel like competing with him, or what do you?
Now y'all see how this bootlicking dude is selling his brother out? Everything he keeps saying is alleged. Why would you keep saying alleged stuff? If you're a real brother, you're going to be like, this brother is innocent until proven guilty. We know he didn't do this stuff. You know, you can see Lynn's video. Lynn's video ain't about no burning nobody building the competition down. He's not about that. That ain't what he does. And look, this is 2025, and they going all the way back to I think this happened in 2020. This is 2025. This man has been out of prison for a minute. Now the Fed's coming to get him. His wife is in bankruptcy. She the one going through that bankruptcy shit. He's not. But they keep saying Price because it's his wife, Price, not him. He's not in no bankruptcy. But they using, if they read the what is that stuff called? If they would read the documents of the court information, they will see that that's his wife in court. That's his wife that filed bankruptcy. Lynn didn't file bankruptcy. Lynn got probably, I think, 10, 11 companies. I ain't going to say 10, 11, I'm say at least 5 companies that's doing well all over the country. That's not what these guys are talking about. This is what we call haters. This is what we call haters right here. This boss or whatever talk on 101. I won't even subscribe to this company now because he's already accusing this man of shit that's alleged about him. Why would I want to listen to somebody like him talk if he going along with what the news media say that they are alleging what happened? I'm gonna stick with the brother till he's guilty. He says he's innocent, so I'm sticking with him. That's how we do. We get on code. We're gonna stick with him until they prove him otherwise. We don't go against the grain and don't know nothing about it. The Fed have always came up with shit against black men, especially successful black men. They always come up with charges against them. P. Diddy, R. Kelly, they were trying to get Jay-Z a while back. Y'all know. They always try to get us successful black men, okay, indicted. They find shit, little shit. One of these dudes probably came and said that he paid him off, and they believe him. Maybe his wife paid one of the dudes. Who knows? I think me myself, I believe she had something to do with it. The man is successful now, got a new lady, new businesses, growing, very successful. But listen to this, brother.
What do you take from this?
But that's the American way. America been doing it all. That's how you knock out the competition. You know, he did it on a minor scale. This is something that white America do every day. You know that.
You see what I'm saying? See how they convicting the brother, and he hadn't even had his chance in court. You got these two brothers right here talking crazy. That's the American way. That's how we've been doing. You know, cooning. That's what I call it. He's sitting up there cooning. That ain't the American way. That might be the American way, but that ain't the foundation Black American way. We don't do that. You know, if we successful, we gonna go for it. We gonna do it. We gonna make it happen. And you would have brothers like this with a podcast turning the brother down and using another podcast to do it. Why would you do that? If it was happening to him, you think Lynn will be on there down in that brother? Lynn will be like, he got to go to court. I'm with him. He's innocent until proven guilty. That's how a real man gonna say it. You're not gonna sit up here and say, "Yeah, man, I think he did it. Yeah, you know, I figured it was something. I figured he was successful for some reason. That's the American way." You know, come on, man. I wouldn't do that. I don't even know this brother man, but I ain't gonna sit up here and say this man is guilty. They can indict a damn ham sandwich.
They knock down the competition, destroy him, slanderize him. So he's being a competitive American. You know, that's what the capitalistic system does. You know, devour and conquer. But he got caught.
Man, 5015, they rebuilt now, and from what I'm hearing, it is jumping down there. I'm hearing everybody going to 5015, man. Behind Lynn, you know, allegedly blowing up the other one. The compassion is being felt. They hanging out, kicking it. Everybody having different types of food that 5015 sell and drinks and area right there. I mean, it's jumping.
So I'm wondering if 5015 had this dude say what he just said. Why would he say that? Why would he say that? This dude is a hater. This is your picture of a hater right here. He said the only way Lynn could beat this guy was burn his building down. Now he got double the crowd that Lynn and them had. And it's very successful. It's booming down there now. Now he ain't even from there. But he's telling us and thinking that we're going to listen to what he got to say about a company that he really don't know nothing about. The way he's talking, he's allegedly saying what he's saying. And we supposed to believe him. Him and this other raccoon on here with him.
And you done been over there by that turkey leg hut and all that.
I've everybody, but you know the old saying, the king is dead. The king is dead.
Oh, man.
So everybody is replaceable. So they probably didn't like Mr. Price anyway. I understand he was kind of hard to live with. Allegedly.
Well, I talked to him, and like I said, I wasn't, me. I'm more of a step off type of guy. I really was like, we all doing our thing. Everybody hustling. Everybody having things. Everybody, everybody done been locked up too. A lot of the ones who winning now, done been through some things. But this guy right here, he seemed to have taken it to another level when it come down to it. His wife left him about.
Look at that. See, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. He just gonna throw in there about his wife. See, that's some real hate. This man done picked up, brought his wife into it. I can't understand it, man. You a big hater. This is big hate. This man brought his wife into this. He gonna big up her though. You just wait. He gonna big up her. Let me show you.
I want to see they broke up and closed the turkey leg hut down. They broke up first. Then he opened an oyster place or something across the street from her, and then he started dealing with oysters, and he basically was kind of competing with her. She ended up closing it down, but he ended up they broke up. She was a lawyer. I think she's an attorney.
See, he big up in his wife. Don't know that he gave her the business. She ended up blowing the company, bankrupting the company. The company has several different owners right now. The turkey leg hook that he so-called is the people showing love to there in Houston. See, he don't tell y'all that. He don't even know. But he big up in his wife, man. That's some haters type shit. This is what I'm saying, man. You gotta be careful when you go on these hater podcasts. If you're a successful black man, be careful what podcast you go on, because this dude is hating this man. Don't even know the whole story. Don't even know what's true and what's not. Well, listen at him, y'all. Listen at this hater.
Seem to have taken it to another level when it come down to it. His wife left him about, I want to say they broke up and closed the turkey leg hut down. They broke up first. Then he opened an oyster place or something across the street from her, and then he started dealing with oysters, and he basically was kind of coming with her. She ended up closing it down. But he ended up they broke up. She was a lawyer. I think she's an attorney. I don't know if you think she might have seen the handwriting on the wall, OG.
Yeah, she was an attorney. She ain't messing with him.
She will lose her bar license.
Listen at these coons. But this is some coon talk. This one went from hater talk to coon talk. These are coons. They went from hater talk to coon talk, all in one segment. Man, I think she's a lawyer, but she seen the writing on the wall. She got out of there just in time. Coon talk. These brothers ought to be ashamed of themselves. Hating on a man. The man locked up. Why don't y'all go try to get an interview with him so he can explain his side of the story? So he can tell his side. It's two sides to every story. But they just take the media story And he studied showing the dude with cops, you know what I mean? Why is he showing that video? This seemed like this dude done got paid to come in here and start talking as if he's a part of the black community. If the black community believes that shit he talking. Real Negroes do not do this type of stuff. We don't talk about a man's wife. We don't talk about if a man go to jail, he's guilty. If he get indicted, he's guilty. We don't do no stuff like that. We wait till the man go through his trial. If he's found guilty, then hey, we know why. Okay, we got the facts now. But we ain't gonna just sit up and indict a man before he even get to court. That's not right. That's not how we do things around here. But this is Everything Black. I thank y'all for joining me. Again, man. You see how deep the hate can go? He's sitting up talking about he's a hustler. He's not a hustler. If anything, he's a hater and a raccoon. But this is the white supremacists coming for another successful black man. And I'm going to keep informed. I'm going to try to stay informed on this story. The truth, hopefully, Lynn will come out and give an interview with somebody. And, yeah, you're welcome to give me a call, Lynn. Shit, you know, you can tell your story straight from the ground over here, you know. So, and we down with you. You know what I'm saying? We down with you until, you know, you're proven guilty. If you're guilty, we down with it. I don't think you are. I don't think that you paid $1,400 to burn down a commercial building or some competition. I'm not going to believe that. Okay? We don't feel like that type of stuff. But if you are, it will be proven. And, I hope you success. I hope you get through this trial successfully.